Hello, and welcome to my training session on the evolution of the NIST Cybersecurity Framework, where we will gain an understanding of the cybersecurity standards and maturity. I'm Sharon Barcikowski from UMGC. Some of you may be familiar with the framework, and some of you may have no idea what I'm talking about. Raise your hand if you haven't heard of the NIST Cybersecurity Framework. I can tell by the deer in the headlights look in your eyes. No worries, we will take an in-depth look at the history and timeline. And for you seasoned staff members, the NIST framework is updated on a regular basis. Therefore, it is important to review it often. Please save any questions for the end of the presentation. The NIST Cybersecurity Framework is a voluntary, risk-based guide developed to help organizations of all sizes protect their critical assets from cybersecurity threats. Introduced in 2014 following Executive Order 13636 by President Obama, it provides a structured approach centered on 5 core functions: identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. The framework has evolved to address the changing threat landscape. In 2018, version 1.1 introduced updates for supply chain risk management, identity management, and enhanced guidelines, further solidifying its role as a maturity model to assess and improve cybersecurity capabilities. Over time, it has become essential for both private and public sectors, aligning government and industry standards and enabling a unified approach to cybersecurity. Version 2.0 was released in February of this year. Background on the framework. A set of guidelines developed by the National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, to help organizations manage and reduce cybersecurity risks. Originally established in response to Executive Order 13636 in 2013 by President Obama. It's a flexible, risk-based approach that organizations of any size or industry can use to improve their cybersecurity posture through best practices in identification, protection, detection, response, and recovery. The importance of standardization approach to cybersecurity and protecting critical infrastructure. A standardized approach to cybersecurity is essential for protecting critical infrastructure, which are highly connected, such as energy, healthcare, and transportation, providing consistent, scalable guidelines across industries. It ensures coordinated protection, enables easier collaboration and information sharing, and supports faster threat identification and mitigation, thereby safeguarding public safety and our national security. Executive Order 13636, titled Improving Critical Infrastructure Cybersecurity, was issued by President Obama on February 12, 2013. The purpose of the order aimed to improve and strengthen cybersecurity of the United States' critical infrastructure sectors. These essential areas, such as energy, financial services, transportation, and healthcare, are critical for our national security, public health, and economic stability. Key aspects of the order included the development of the NIST Cybersecurity Framework. The order directed NIST to create a voluntary, risk-based cybersecurity framework to help organizations manage and reduce cyber risks. This framework, first released in 2014, became a foundational tool for improving cybersecurity practices across sectors. Public-private collaboration. The order emphasized collaboration between government agencies and the private sector. It encouraged sharing cyber threat information across industries. Enhanced information sharing. The order instructed the federal government to remove barriers to cybersecurity information sharing with private companies. This effort meant to facilitate the quick distribution of threat intelligence, allowing organizations to respond to and mitigate cyber threats more effectively. Privacy and civil liberty protections. Recognizing the sensitivity of increased information sharing, the order called for privacy and civil liberties safeguards, ensuring that cybersecurity efforts would not infringe on civil rights. Executive Order 13636 laid the groundwork for more secure and resilient critical infrastructure in the face of rising cybersecurity threats, ultimately leading to the creation of the NIST Cybersecurity Framework, which many organizations use to this day. Objectives of the NIST Cybersecurity Framework. The development was voluntary, universally applicable best practices. The purpose was to create a set of cybersecurity standards and guidelines that any organization can adopt without being bound by mandates. This voluntary nature encourages adoption by allowing flexibility to tailor practices based on each organization's unique needs and risk profile. The value is that it encourages widespread use, even among organizations that may have limited budgets or resources, by providing scalable, adaptable practices that enhance cybersecurity at every level. Implementable across all organization sizes and industries. The purpose of this is that the framework was designed to be versatile and applicable across various industries regardless of organization size or resources. The value in this is that this broad versatility makes the framework valuable for a variety of business sizes, fostering a unified approach to cybersecurity nationwide by providing a common language and structure if it facilitates collaboration, communication, and comparison of practices between organizations within and across sectors. Protect U.S. critical infrastructure sectors. The purpose of this is the NIST framework prioritizes protecting critical infrastructure sectors like energy, healthcare, financial services, and transportation, which are vital to public safety, economic stability, and national security. The value in this is a unified approach helps these sectors defend against cyber threats that could cripple essential services, ensuring that these infrastructures remain functional. The NIST Cybersecurity Framework version 1.0 was released on February 12, 2014. It was the first comprehensive iteration aimed at helping organizations manage cybersecurity risks in a cost-effective, voluntary manner. Designed to be flexible and scalable, version 1.0 provided a set of best practices that organizations of any size or industry could adopt, allowing them to enhance security without imposing strict requirements. Its role as a benchmark tool for cybersecurity risk management established a common framework for organizations to assess, prioritize, and improve their cybersecurity efforts, setting a strong foundation for future updates and evolving cybersecurity needs. The role of cost-benefit consideration. The cost-benefit consideration in the NIST Cybersecurity Framework is important because it helps organizations adopt cybersecurity measures more easily. This approach encourages companies to weigh the cost of implementing cybersecurity against the potential risks of not doing so, making it more practical for businesses of all sizes to invest in cybersecurity. By being a voluntary framework, it provides flexibility, enabling organizations to tailor their cybersecurity strategies according to their specific needs and available resources, ultimately striking a balance between enhancing security and managing cost. Executive Order 13800, signed by President Trump on May 11, 2017, aimed to strengthen the nation's cybersecurity by requiring federal agencies to utilize the framework in managing their cybersecurity risks. This mandate emphasized the importance of a structured, risk-based approach to cybersecurity across government entities. Additionally, the executive order expanded the focus on cybersecurity practices of government contractors, recognizing that many federal agencies rely on third-party vendors for various services. The emphasizing contractor cybersecurity, by emphasizing contractor cybersecurity, the order sought to ensure that these vendors also adhered to robust cybersecurity standards, thereby reducing vulnerabilities that could be exploited by cyber threats. Overall, this executive order reinforced the government's commitment to cybersecurity and aimed to create a secure digital environment for federal operations. NIST Cybersecurity Network version 1.1 was released on April 16, 2018, and introduced several key updates. Cyber Chain Risk Management version 1.1 emphasized the need to address risk associated with supply chains, acknowledging that vulnerabilities could arise from third-party vendors and partners. Identity Management. The framework also included expanded guidelines on identity management, which is crucial for ensuring the right of individuals have access to the appropriate systems and data. This focus aims to improve overall security by minimizing unauthorized access. Expanded guidelines. Version 1.1 provided additional guidance and examples to help organizations implement the framework more effectively, making it easier for users to understand how to apply its principles to real-world scenarios. Moreover, the framework was enhanced by a maturity model, allowing organizations to assess their cybersecurity practices through different maturity levels. This structured approach enables organizations to identify their current capabilities, set goals for improvement, and track their progress over time, ultimately leading to a more robust security posture. Definition of a maturity model: a framework that helps organizations assess and improve the effectiveness of their processes and capabilities in a specific area, such as cybersecurity. It provides a structured path for growth, with each level adding more advanced and integrated practices. Why is the NIST framework considered a maturity model? The NIST framework is considered a maturity model because its implementation tiers allow organizations to assess and improve their cybersecurity capabilities progressively, from basic to enhanced practices. This structured approach helps organizations move from ad hoc responses to fully integrated proactive cybersecurity strategies over time. The benefits of using maturity models to assess and improve cybersecurity posture. It provides a clear roadmap for growth. It enables organizations to strengthen cybersecurity incrementally based on their current capabilities and resources. It provides a consistent benchmarking, allows measurement of progress over time and comparison within industry standards. Alignment with business objectives. It ensures that cybersecurity efforts scale, and adapt to evolving threats and organizational needs. Here we have a timeline of the NIST framework evolution. In February of 2013, President Obama issued the executive order, which called for the development of the voluntary cybersecurity framework to help organizations manage their cyber risk. NIST was tasked with leading this initiative. Then in February of 2014, NIST published the cybersecurity version 1.0 after intensive input from stakeholders in government, industry, and academia. This version introduced the core framework with the 5 primary functions: identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. Although not listed in this timeline, in 2017, President Trump issued the Executive Order 13800 on strengthening cybersecurity, requiring federal agencies to use the NIST CSF to manage cybersecurity risk. This mandate highlighted the importance of the framework for public sector organizations, and it also increased the adoption in private sector and also began to emerge with organizations of various sizes implementing the framework. In April of 2018, version 1.1 was released to incorporate feedback and evolving cybersecurity practices. Key updates included guidance on supply chain risk management and identity management, as well as improvements in access control and awareness training. NIST published CSF 2.0 in February of 2004, which now includes the govern function, which is central to the 5 other functions. Speaking of which is our next slide. The NIST cybersecurity framework is organized around 5 core functions that provide a strategic view of the life cycle of an organization's management of cybersecurity risk. These functions are identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. And just as we learned when 2.0 was released, the core functions expanded to 6 by adding the new govern function. Identify. This function focuses on understanding the organization's environment to manage cybersecurity risk effectively. It involves identifying assets, systems, people, and data that need protection. The protect function outlines appropriate safeguards to ensure the delivery of critical services. It aims to limit or contain the impact of a potential cybersecurity event. The detect function focuses on developing and implementing activities to identify the occurrence of a cybersecurity event in a timely manner. It aims to recognize anomalies and events that might indicate a breach or security incident. The respond function involves taking action regarding a detected cybersecurity event. It intends to contain the impact of a potential cybersecurity incident and to ensure that the response processes are established and executed. The recover function focuses on maintaining plans for resilience and restoring any capabilities or services that were impaired due to a cybersecurity incident. This function ensures that the organization can return to normal operations as quickly as possible. The identity function helps organizations develop a deeper understanding of their cybersecurity risk. This includes identifying critical assets, systems, and data that support organizational functions. Categories. Under identity include asset management, inventorying and tracking physical and digital assets, business environment. This could be understanding the organization's mission, objectives, and relationships, which some people might not think about. Governance, establishing policies, roles, and responsibilities. Risk assessment, identifying and evaluating threats, vulnerabilities, and impacts. Supply chain risk management, managing risks associated with third-party vendors and partners. The protect function focuses on implementing safeguards to ensure critical infrastructure and resources are secured against cybersecurity threats. Activities here aim to limit or contain the impact of a potential cybersecurity event. Categories under protect include identity management and access control, managing credentials and controlling access, making sure people have the right access and those that don't need it do not have that access. Awareness and training, building cybersecurity awareness through regular training. Data security, protecting data in storage, transmission, and processing. This is information at rest and in motion. Information protection processes and procedures. Establishing policies and procedures for secure operations. Maintenance, performing regular updates, backups, and maintenance tasks. Protective technology, using technology controls such as firewalls and encryption. The detection function emphasizes establishing procedures to identify cybersecurity incidences in real time or as soon as possible. Effective detection mechanisms allow organizations to respond quickly to minimize potential damage. Categories under detect include anomalies and events, detecting irregular activity that could indicate an incident, security, continuous monitoring, monitoring information security systems and assets on an ongoing basis, detection processes, implementing policies and procedures to enable consistent monitoring and timely detection. The respond function involves taking immediate action to contain and resolve cybersecurity incidents. This function includes developing and implementing plans for managing cybersecurity incidences, coordinating with relevant stakeholders, and ensuring a well-organized response. Categories under respond include response planning, defining and documenting incident response procedures, communications, coordinating information sharing with internal and external parties, analysis, investing and analyzing detected cybersecurity events, mitigation, containing the impact of cybersecurity incidents, improvements, learning from incidences, and refining response plans to strengthen defenses. The recovery function focuses on restoring normal operations and reducing the impact of cybersecurity incidences on the organization. This involves improving processes, communicating with stakeholders, and learning from the incidents to prevent future occurrences. Categories under recovery include recovery planning, developing strategies for restoring operations after an incident, improvements, continually improving recovery capabilities, communications, keeping stakeholders informed during and after recovery. The framework outlines 4 implementation tiers, which represent different levels of cybersecurity maturity, ranging from basic practices to highly advanced from highly advanced and risk-aware approaches. Partial. Cybersecurity risk management is reactive and lacking formal processes or alignment with organizational goals. Characteristics. Risk awareness. Limited understanding of cybersecurity risks. Awareness may be inconsistent across departments. Risk management. Minimal or no established processes for managing risk. Responses are often isolated to individual issues rather than addressing root causes. External collaboration. Little to no engagement with external stakeholders or partners regarding cybersecurity and little consideration for third-party risks. An example of this would be an organization that addresses cybersecurity only when an incident occurs and does not maintain a list of critical assets or systems. Risk-informed tier would be some structured risk management practices are in place, but they may not be consistently applied or standardized across the organization. Characteristics is risk management approach. Basic risk management processes are established but may vary across departments. Alignment with business. Some awareness of the organization's mission and objectives, but in cybersecurity practices, but full alignment is lacking. External engagement. Limited engagement with third parties and third-party risks are considered but not managed in a structured way. An example of this would be a company that conducts annual risk assessments and makes ad hoc security improvements based on identified issues, but lacks standardized policies for all departments. Repeatable tier. Cybersecurity practices are formalized, documented, and consistently applied across the organization. Characteristics of this: process consistency. Cybersecurity policies and procedures are standardized and regularly updated across all departments. Business integration. Cybersecurity practices are aligned with business objectives and inform decision-making. External stakeholder collaboration. Actively engages with partners, suppliers, and industry stakeholders on cybersecurity. Third-party risks are assessed and managed as part of the broader strategy. An example of this would be an organization with a comprehensive cybersecurity policy that includes regular employee training, annual reviews, and standardized protocols for all departments. The adaptive tier. Cybersecurity risk management is agile, continuously improving, and predictive, allowing the organization to proactively address emerging threats. Some characteristics are continuous improvement. The organization continuously monitors and adjusts cybersecurity practices based on real-time intelligence and lessons learned. Full business integration. Cybersecurity is deeply integrated into the organization's culture and strategic planning, influencing decision-making at all levels. Robust external collaboration. The organization collaborates extensively with external stakeholders, sharing and receiving information to anticipate and respond to cybersecurity risks effectively. An example of this would be a large enterprise with an adaptive incident response team, predictive threat analysis, and an active participation in an industry-wide cybersecurity initiatives and threat intelligence sharing. Criteria for measuring cybersecurity maturity levels. Key factors. Risk management approach. This includes how systematically cybersecurity are identified, evaluated, and managed. Mature organizations have well-documented, regularly updated processes for assessing and addressing cybersecurity risks. Consistency. Maturity is indicated by the degree to which cybersecurity practices are standardized, documented, and reliably executed across the organization. Alignment with business objectives. The extent to which cybersecurity practices support organizational goals is a key maturity indicator. Mature organizations align cybersecurity policies with business strategies, ensuring that both are mutually reinforcing. Adaptability and learning. High maturity organizations actively learn from incidences and evolve from their cybersecurity practices accordingly. This criterion considers how adaptive the organization is to new threats, technologies, and business changes. Collaboration with stakeholders. The maturity level is also measured by how well an organization collaborates with both internal and external stakeholders, including third-party vendors, regulators, and industry partners. More mature organizations maintain close coordination, sharing information to mitigate cybersecurity risks proactively. Practical applications and benefits. The benefits of this are organizations can identify and address cybersecurity risks systematically, reducing vulnerabilities. Aligns many regulatory standards, making it easier for organizations to meet compliance requirements without duplicating efforts. There's a common language for cybersecurity, which helps various departments understand and communicate security risks more effectively. Risk-based approach enables organizations to allocate cybersecurity resources effectively, investing in areas of highest risk and impact. Some specific examples are in accounting, it protects the financial data, keeps it secure. In budget planning, it justifies the investment based on cost-benefit analysis. In IT and management, everyone is aligned on security matters. For the auditors, leveraging the framework, verifying security controls are in place for SOX compliance. And for you operations people, standardized protocols help restore operations quickly. And as a recap of the key points, the NIST Cybersecurity Framework was developed to provide organizations of all sizes and sectors with voluntary, standardized approach to managing their cybersecurity risks. It was based around these 5 core functions: identify, protect, detect and respond, and recover, and now govern, which guide organizations through the full cybersecurity risk lifecycle. With executive orders from both President Obama and President Trump, the framework has become central to the federal cybersecurity practices, requiring agencies and contractors to adopt its standards. The importance of adopting and evolving with the NIST framework. Adopting and evolving with the NIST cybersecurity framework is crucial for organizations to remain resilient in a shifting cybersecurity landscape. The framework provides a scalable foundation for building a proactive cybersecurity culture that protects assets, ensures compliance, and strengthens risk management. Staying current with its updates helps safeguard both the organization and broader critical infrastructure from emerging threats. Thank you for your time. Does anyone have any questions or anything that I can clarify?